Hi, welcome to JavaScript coding interview series. In today's video, you have a question to split the array items into individual words. By this, what I mean is you have an array and that's having a particular sentence, I want to become a professional front-end developer. And this particular sentence is splitted into different array items. The first array item is I want to become, and in the second index we have a professional front-end, and in the third index we have a developer. And the expected output of this particular question is you have to split each items, each items, and then again you have to split into each word, and the expected output is an array with items like I want, or each words has to be splitted into a different array item. So that is what the question is. So you can try from your end and see how you are able to get this particular output. So let's try from our end and see how we are able to get the output. So I will be discussing two approaches. One with a combination of two array prototypes, and another one using an efficient single prototype provided by the which is available in the array prototype. So let's see how we can achieve that. So in the first approach I will be using two prototypes, that is, one is the map method and another is the flat method. Okay, so what does this map method does? So map method creates a new array and populated with the results of calling it. So in that we will be actually providing a callback function, and it will be actually called on every element in that array, and then a new array will be populated. Okay, so already we have discussed regarding this map method in one of our previous videos. I will be providing in the link in the description. So where we have discussed a map and a parseInt combination, and you have to guess the output, so you can refer to that. And then we have a flat method that's provided within that's available within the array prototype. So the flat method creates a new array with all the sub array elements concatenated into recursively up to the specified depth. We can specify the depth and we can actually flatten the nested arrays. So for that we can use the flat method, and we can the depth, the specified depth, right, how much we have to nest the flatten the array, so that we can provide, and the default value is 1. Okay, so that regarding the flat method also we have had a discussion on our previous coding interview question series, where we have actually flattened an array of arrays. So this is one example of a flat array. So this array can be flattened into a different array. So these two methods we will first discuss and see how we are able to get this particular output. Okay, so first what we have to do is we have to store this into a result. Okay, and in that array 1 I will be doing a map method. I will be calling the map method. In this map method what we can do is we have different parts of a sentence, right? So in each so this x corresponds to each element. Okay, x corresponds to each element, each array item of this array 1 array. In that what we will do, we will actually call the split method. So split by, okay, split by space. So in this what happens is, like, each array item will be splitted. So what does this split do? It splits a string into substrings using the specified separator. In the separator in this case is the space, and return them as an array. So it will be returning an array. Okay, so let's see this. Okay, the split actually it splits a string into substrings and it returns them as an array. So it will be called on each array item, and let's console this result. Okay, console.log of result, and see how the output of this map. Okay, so this particular script I am having within this test.js, and this test.js is being called from the index.html, and let me run this index.html. Okay, so I am just running that. So now let me open the console. Okay, so now the console is also ready. So now in the console you can see the output. Okay, so what does this map and split did for the that particular array is, it has splitted it into different array items, and each array item is also an array. Okay, it is also an array because we have used the split, and each individual array is having words. Okay, now we have got the words, but only thing is that it is having a nested array. Okay, so it's basically a nested array, and in that nested array we are having different words already splitted. Okay, so that's what happened. Now what we will do, Okay, so now what we will do is we will try to flatten this particular nested array what we have got plus the result. Okay, so now in the test.js what we will do, we can actually flat. Okay, so flat the this particular result. So in this flat what happens is it returns a new array with all the sub array elements concatenated into it recursively up to the specified depth. So in this case, do we need to provide the specified depth? Because we need not provide the specified depth because the default value is 1 and we have only one nested array. Okay, so and within that particular main array we are having only one nested array, right? One depth, the depth is only 1. So even if I provide or if I didn't provide, okay, the result will be the same. Let's see that. So now if I see, you can see the answer, right? So this is what we the expected output is. So each it is converted into an array, and the array items are individual words of that particular sentence. Okay, so even if I provide 1, right? So even if I provide 1, the answer would remain the same because the default value is 1. Okay. So this is the way how we can actually achieve this particular result, the expected output, using the map and flat map and flat. Now we have another method that's provided by the array prototype, that is the flat map method. So it is a combination of both this map and flat. Okay, it is identical. So you can see it is identical to a map which is followed by a flat of depth 1. And what does this flat map do? It returns a new array formed by applying a given callback function to each element of the array and then flattening the result by one level. It does both. Okay, so it is having a map functionality of calling a callback function and applying that method to the each element of the array, and then also it does the flattening of the result whatever is got by the map method. So how we can actually do that? Okay, so we have an result. Okay, so here itself we will do that. So let me copy this. Okay, so let me copy this, and okay, so let me comment this out. So instead of this, okay, so it will be a flat map. So you can see here flat map is there, and it will be called on this call map callback function, and we will be doing the split. And here we need not print all those things, and let's see the output. So we have called the flat map. So first it will do a map, so it will be receiving a nested array, and on that flat will be applied. Okay, so let's see the output. I have saved the changes. Yeah, so this is the expected output. So in one liner itself you have got the output. So this is the way you can do that. Okay, so so I hope you got an idea about when to use map, when to use flat, and when to use flat map. Okay, whenever there is a requirement to map the result, and then you have to flatten the obtained result from the map, then you can directly use the flat map. And as per MTN, and you can also see that it is more efficient. Okay, it is more efficient than calling those two methods separately. Okay. So that's it regarding this splitting the array items into individual words. I hope you got an idea, and in most cases you might be required to in your projects, right? You might be coming across this particular situation where you have to split the items and array items into individual words. I have myself come across this type of situation in my project. So that's it regarding this particular video. I hope you got an insight about flat map operator. Thanks a lot for watching.